Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Mark with My Front Range Living. Today, we are talking about being a first-time home buyer in Colorado, and we're going to get started right now. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Mark with My Front Range Living, powered by RE/MAX Integrity. I am a full-time real estate agent here in Colorado Springs, and before we get too far into the video today, I wanted to share some awesome news with everybody. We have added Amber Cork to our team, and so if you get correspondence from Amber Cork, she is a delightful human being. You're going to love her just as much as I do. So as you correspond with the My Front Range Living team, me and Amber, we're excited to help you out. So today, we are talking about becoming a first-time home buyer here in Colorado. Stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to get a first-time home buyer checklist, and we'll leave that link in the description below. Hold tight. So buying a house in Colorado Springs or in Colorado, or you're thinking about moving to Colorado Springs, here is the process. We talked to some folks, and we realized that it's pretty daunting, and not too many people understand what it entails or even where to start. So let me help. The very first thing that you should be doing as a first-time homebuyer before you start the process, talk to a lender, get pre-approved, get pre-qualified, speak with a lender. Even that in and of itself can be pretty daunting, and here's why. The amount of loan programs, whether it be FHA or VA or conventional, any of those things, there's so many sub-programs within all of those different branches that it can be really, really overwhelming. My encouragement to you is go out and shop the best option for you. You might be talking to more than one lender. Hey, what's the best program for me? I'm looking to bring 3% down. I'm looking to bring no money down. I'm looking to keep my payment here. What does that mean I have to put down? Talk to your mortgage lender, and they're going to be able to help you out, figure out which is going to be the best option for you. There's so many programs out there. People, that 20% down, it's just not a thing. Yes, that saves you on PMI, the primary mortgage insurance, but really there's so many programs. You can bring 3% down, more down if you would like, but it's really, really important to talk to a lender. And now's a great time because the rates are so low. Rates are historically low. It's never been a better time to lock in a mortgage for a first-time home buyer. Okay. So you go through that process, you figured out the program that's going to work best for you, you figured out what your monthly payment's going to look like. Hey, Mark, now we're looking for homes. We've been pre-approved for this amount. We're looking for 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, this many car garage, or we need a condo. We're looking for a first-time option, and we want to do a townhome. Call me. Let's talk about what your criteria is. Obviously, we've been talking for a long time now. Inventory is super, super low. Talk with me. Let's set up an expectation for you in your search. We want to know what your options are. We want to see how many homes are out there that meet your criteria right now. We can talk about upcoming seasons and how that's going to impact your search and the potential inventory that's coming out. Maybe it's such that, hey, we're pre-approved for this amount and we want to do a new build. That's a great option for a lot of people. Here's what I'll tell you though. The lack of inventory has, of course, spiked new build sales. So those sales centers for Classic, Vantage, Challenger Homes, all of the new home builders here in Colorado Springs, that has made them so busy, they're really out of lots. And it's also made their build times much longer. Whereas it used to be 6 to 8 months, it can now take up to 9 months to build a house. So there's a lot of variables that come into your search. So just make sure that you call me. Let's talk about what your options are after you've been pre-approved, and we can see what fits best for you. All right, so now you're under contract. What should you expect after you're under contract? If you're under contract on a new build, this part really isn't for you. It's all spelled out in the contract. Hey, you're going to buy this house on this lot on this day. There you go. But if we go out and we find you an existing home, you're out in the market and our contract got accepted. So now you are under contract. What does that mean to you? You're under contract. So a typical contract from executed contract, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, we've accepted your contract to close. That's about 28 days. And there's a lot of things that goes into that 28 days, and it can seem daunting. So let's talk about that and break it down. So you go under contract. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, we want your offer. We like your offer. We're signing it. Here we go. You're under contract. Within 72 hours, typically, they're going to want earnest money. So whatever the earnest money is on the home that you've purchased, let's say in this case it's $4,000. There's a $4,000 earnest money deposit. So you're taking that to the earnest money holder. Sometimes it's the real estate agency. Most times it is the title company that you're going to be working with throughout the transaction. So that $4,000 check goes to title. You drop it off to title, and title sends an earnest money receipt to all parties involved. That check will get cashed. That $4,000 check that you just dropped off, that will be cashed. So if you want, let's say you're out of town, you can wire those funds as well. It doesn't have to be a check. That can be wired. Either way, know that those funds are in play. They're going to cash the check. So $4,000 earnest money right up front. We'll figure out later on, that's going to be rolled into the overall price of the home and the closing costs that you have. So it's just a deposit down, and it will count toward your overall purchase. Now, so you're done with the earnest money. That earnest money belongs to the seller throughout the process unless you have objections as a buyer. As a buyer, there are many objections in the body of a contract where you can get out of the contract and get that $4,000 back. So here we go. First and foremost, the seller's property disclosure. The seller's property disclosure is going to be presented to you, and they're going to say, hey, these are the known issues that we've had with this house. Are you still good with it? Yeah, we're fine. We're all set. So an example being, hey, we had hail damage on our roof, but we had it replaced 2 years ago, and it's a transferable warranty. You're all set. There's nothing wrong with the roof. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'll take that. Or, hey, we just had a tremendous water leak, and our house is ruined. Do you still want it? Probably not. Talk with me, and we'll get through that. So that's one objection. You get the seller's property disclosure, and you're not real thrilled with it. You can say, no, we're out, we object. You get your $4,000 back. Another way that you can get your earnest money back is you go to your insurance agent. Hey, Mr. Mrs. Agent, I need to insure my new home. Here's all the information. What is it going to cost me to insure this house? And that insurance person says, wow, you're in an avalanche zone. It's going to cost you a gazillion dollars in premium every single year to insure this house. Hey, we didn't sign up for this. We're out. Here's the termination. We just can't afford the insurance. So you can get your $4,000 back there. If there's an association that the house is in, you read the association documents with me, and I can help you out with that. I should be helping you out with that. And you say, oh, I didn't realize that these were the rules and regulations. I don't think my lifestyle is going to fit this. Great. Hey, we're out. Termination. Give me my $4,000 back. And you can back out there. The inspection. One thing to note about the inspection is the only out-of-pocket expense you have outside of the earnest money throughout the transaction. And plan on $400 to $500 for that. But that's the only out-of-pocket expense you have. The inspector comes in our case, Jeff Marshall. Big ups to him. Jeff's awesome. Jeff comes in and he says, hey, I don't know if you saw this foundation issue over here. Whoa, I'm not about foundation issues. And you say, hey, we need to get our earnest money back. You can get your earnest money back then. You can also get your earnest money back. Normally, one of the last things we have is the loan objection. That pre-approval that you went out and got, they're looking at that pre-approval. The lender comes back and he says, hey, all of a sudden something happened and we have to take your interest rate from 2.5 to 7. No, I'm out. Okay, great. Here's your earnest money back. So there's a lot of different points throughout the transaction that you can get your earnest money back. Fear not, we can talk through that on a case-by-case basis for you. All right, so we have hit the day of closing. Congratulations, we're all very, very excited for you. What does it mean to you? Really pretty cut and dry. You're going to get a settlement statement a day or two before closing, and you're going to say, okay, yeah, this makes sense. Here's how much I owe, and here's all the other line items that I owe for, and now this is how much money I need to bring to the table. And you work through that with me and your lender. Hey, everything seems to be adding up. Sweet, this is how much money I owe at closing. So you're going to bring your ID to closing, and you are going to bring the funds that are required for the down payment for closing. Now, 9 times out of 10 right now, we're wiring those funds. That just because it's quicker and it's easier to track rather than just drop a check. But you can still do a cashier's check if you so choose. But that's what you're bringing to closing. Other than that, it's just a lot of signing. So we realize that is a ton of information. And again, Amber and I are happy to help any way that we can. Let's talk about that first-time homebuyer's checklist. If you want to go down below in the description of this video, we have a first-time homebuyer's checklist for you. Click on that link. It's yours. Fill it out. If you have questions, let Amber or I know. We are more than happy to help you any way that we can. So as always, we really hope that you found value in the video today. It would be awesome if you gave us a thumbs up on the video if you found it helpful. It would mean even more if you hit the bell down below and subscribe to our channels. We are putting out content every single Monday to help you make Colorado Springs feel like home. Once again, I am Mark with My Front Range Living. Thanks so much for stopping by. We look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.